Hi, I'm Paweł Spychalski, and quite frankly, ever since I got the DJI FPV system, I have to say that I love it. It's amazing because just the image quality is so great comparing to the analog that every time I have to fly analog right now, it's more like meh, really. Well, yeah, I prefer to fly with the digital. However, there are really like 5 things I hate about the DJI FPV system. So today I will tell you exactly which parts of this thing I hate, and to surprise of some people, no, hey, the price is not one of the things I hate about it. I would prefer this to be cheaper, but this is completely different story. And also the size of the full-size DJI Air Unit is also not one of them. So let's go through the list. The thing number one is the OSD. If you came from the full-blown OSD system like Betaflight or iNav uses, you will be so limited with what DJI OSD offers to you, because the subset of the elements you can display on your screen is, comparing to what, for example, iNav offers, super all. Yes, you have like basic things like the coordinates, artificial horizon. No artificial horizon. Or is there even artificial horizon? I don't remember right now because I'm not using artificial horizon. You have the battery usage, you have the altitude, speed, and you are done. Every time you would like to display something more fancy, like for example the system messages or the efficiency or all of those things that you can display inside of the Betaflight and iNav analog OSD, well, too bad, DJI is not really for you. The second thing I hate is the DVR. DVR, you might say, well, because you can record a DVR, you can record the HD footage in the Air Unit and half HD in the goggles. So it's there. So why do I hate the DVR? It's great quality, everything is great. But what about the OSD? Why can't I just record also the OSD overlay together with my image? That would be kinda useful. For example, when you are flying slightly further away and you really would like to be able to record, for example, the GPS coordinates of your flight. So when you fell from the sky somewhere, you can just get the coordinates from your DVR, because you can replay the DVR in the goggles and just enter them to your smartphone, go then and recover your craft. That fact that you cannot really save the OSD together with the video inside of your goggles means that the OSD elements like the GPS coordinates are useless. Because why do you want to have the GPS coordinates on your OSD when you cannot record them together with the video? Right? The third thing is that there is really no way to record the telemetry that the Air Unit sends down to the goggles. Because the Air Unit talks to the flight controller, gets the flight information, streams them down to the goggles, and then goggles very selectively save some of this data as SRT files, as the subtitles to your video, so you can display the subtitles with the data. But to be honest, with completely useless data, because why the hell I should be interested in recording like the, I don't know, the bitrate, when I cannot record the basic flight telemetry, like the GPS coordinates or altitude, speed, and all the parameters that are useful when you, for example, would like to render your flight track on the map, or, I don't know, recover the craft if you lose this. We go back to the fact that you also cannot record the OSD with the DVR. So, please, DJI, if it's technically too hard to record OSD together with the video, at least improve the SRT subtitles so they really record elements that are useful and not useless crap like, I don't know, the whatever really there is. Ah! The number 4 on our list is the fact that both the DJI Air Unit and the Cadix Vista transmitter are overheating. I know, I understand that, well, there are physical limitations of how much power you can get through a physically confined space of this thing, and how much heat can be dissipated and so on, that the heat kills the electronics. Okay, I get it. I get it, I get it. But why in the name of everything that's holy and good, I cannot record the DVR in the goggles when the air unit overheated? Why? I really don't understand what is the limitation. Okay, do not allow for the recording when the air unit itself overheated, because we really do want to conserve the amount of heat that is generated by the electronics, so not to overheat everything. But if the goggles are really getting the video, because you see, even if the air unit is overheating, you see the stream in your goggles, why the goggles cannot record it? Maybe, I don't know, the bigger heatsink or maybe some other improvement, but those things are really getting hot, and maybe you will not burn yourself, but it's at least uncomfortable to touch them after the usage. The fifth and final thing I hate is the fact that there is absolutely no viable competition for the DJI when we are talking about the HD FPV system, because everything else that competition has is just, in terms of the quality of the image and being a mature system, is just, well, it's like they just run away from the competition, are a few kilometers in front of everybody else. Yes, the Fat Shark has the shark bite, or however this thing is called, but it's not really that digital and the quality is lower. Yes, it fits more in the tiny whoops and the really small UAVs. Okay, there is a niche when the Fat Shark system can work with. But if you are really 100% into the quality, then Fat Shark, unfortunately, is not really what you want. Yes, there is something from Connex, but this thing died like nobody knows how long ago. There are ideas to use OpenHD, I think, but everything there is big and bulky. And really, the only ready to be used by the customer system that offers good quality, that it's much better than the analog, is unfortunately the DJI. Because like I said before, everything else is either too much of the improvisation, or unfortunately is only slightly better than the analog. And that also means that we will probably not very soon, I don't want to say never, but not very soon, see a competition to the DJI. Why? Real competition. Why? Because A, the market is pretty small and there is not that much of the cash flowing in the market to sacrifice a huge investment of time and money, and especially money, to build something that is actually better than the DJI. And also the fact that, well, DJI is well ahead of everybody else. Fat Shark tried. It's not really the same. OpenHD, one more time, it's not really the same, and I really doubt anybody will be interested very soon to throw shitload of money into the research and development to build something better, unfortunately. And because of that, we have the monopoly, and no, even with Cadix doing something, we still have the monopoly on the DJI, because they are the only ones making the goggles, and their cameras and the air units are just better. And yeah, the prices will probably not go down very soon. Okay, that's, I think, all for today. Those are the 5 things I hate in the DJI FPV system. Besides the fact that I really do love it. It's great. It's so fantastic. I can really like forgive almost everything only because how good the image in those things is. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next one. Bye bye.